this video, I'll demonstrate how to add doors, windows, and surface overlays to rooms in VSP. For help on setting up buildings and rooms, see video R100. For help on placing furniture in rooms, see video F100. I'll start by opening the Building A project file. This file should have been loaded into your My Documents Visual Sample Plan folder when you installed VSP. I'll click the default map under sample areas on the layer control bar in order to turn on all the rooms. Then I'll zoom into the lower part of the map to see details. The easiest way to add doors and windows is if you have a building floor plan map to show their locations, as I do in this case. To add a door, I'll start by clicking the Insert Door button on the Room toolbar. Then I'll hold the Shift key down to attach to the nearest point on the map. Then I'll click on one side of the door, and then the other side of the door. And there you see the door has been inserted into the correct location. Actually, two doors have been placed. One is contained by this room, and the other is contained by the hallway outside. Adding a window from the map view works the same way. I start by clicking on the Insert Window tool on the Room toolbar. While holding the Shift key down, I click on one side of the window and then the other side. You can see the window is placed in the correct location. On the map view, it's displayed as a thick rectangle. I want to move into the room view to see more detail, so I'll click twice on the room to make it the current room. Then I'll switch to the room view. In the room view, I can also add doors and windows, but I can't use the map to guide their placement. I'll demonstrate by clicking on the Insert Window tool. And then I'll click on a point on the wall to represent one corner of the window. And then click on a second point to represent the opposite corner. To edit the location, size, or type of the window, I right-click on it. From this dialog, I can change the type. There are two types of windows, fixed and opened. Fixed is treated as part of the wall and can have samples placed on it. An open window is treated as a hole in the wall and cannot have samples placed on it. I can also change the location of the window. The location is measured from the left side of the wall and up from the floor. I can also change the size of the window. To completely remove the window, I can press the Delete button. I'll press OK to save the changes and update the window. Doors are edited the same way. The only difference is you can't change the Y position. They're always located on the floor. Overlays are used to make part of a room surface a different surface type than the rest of the surface. This is useful because some sampling designs in VSP allow you to specify which surface types to sample. For example, your floor may be wood, but there's a carpet insert on part of it, and you only want to sample the carpet. I'll show you how to set this up in VSP. First, we need to create a couple of surface types. I'll go to the menu item Edit, Surfaces, Surface Types. I'll create a new surface by clicking the Insert New button and changing its name to Wood and its display color to brown. I'll create a second surface type called Carpet with a blue-gray color. And then I'll click OK to save my new surface types. Now inside the room, I'll right-click on the floor and set the surface type to Wood and click OK to set it. The floor is now displayed in the wood's brown color. To make part of the floor carpet, I start by clicking on the Surface Overlay button on the Room toolbar. I choose Carpet as a surface type, and then I click on one corner where I want the carpet, and then on the other corner. After creating the surface overlay, I can edit it much the same way I can a polygon on the map. I can click it to select it, and then drag it to a new location. I can right-click on an edge to insert a new point. And then I can hold the Shift key down and click on either a point or an edge to select just that part. Holding the Control key down, I can move that part out to keep everything square. You can use the drawing guide to keep everything aligned on regular intervals. Overlays can be placed on the floor, walls, or ceiling. When placed on the floor, they can be elevated to create an object that's like a simple piece of furniture. To do so, right-click on the overlay and change the height above floor to a value greater than 0. After elevating the surface, there are more options about placing samples on, under, and behind the surface. From this dialog, you can also delete the overlay. Of course, furniture objects can provide more realistic sampling targets. Again, for help with placing furniture in a room, see video F100. From the 3D view, you can see how the doors, windows, and surface overlays work together to create a more realistic representation of your building.